YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Going to be doing a few things. First things first. Yo, you're messing with the worst. No, anyway, I'm doing a couple things for the podcast. I'm getting together a gentleman from the Left 4 Dead 2 boycott group, which is on Steam. No one in their right mind disagrees with them, nor do they necessarily agree with them. It's sort of like a mixed topic, which is really getting popular lately with the internet crowd. So, TheTotalGamer.com is going to be the first podcast, aka audio-based interview that the group's going to establish with. So, this is where you guys come in, my YouTube subscribers. Now, all those who've been following Left 4 Dead 2 boycott and the hype of it and the release at E3 and all that, this is where you guys come in and post a question to ask the people for the boycott group. Now, as long as it isn't super harsh and you being like, you're a prick, that kind of stuff, because obviously we won't tell them what you said because it's kind of out of balance for being fair. We're trying to make this so it's an equal balance for people to communicate, basically, what this is going to be. It isn't going to be the podcast and give them shit for being themselves and having a belief. It isn't fair to judge people for their beliefs rather. So it's something to be fair and equal for these people. I personally agree with them for the cause because of obvious reasons, because they're right with this, with some of their reasonings. So I give them the shadow of a doubt. I support it. However, on the other hand, also we have another podcast member, and some other people who just say, it really isn't a big deal. We just go and buy the game anyway if it's good, and my friends say it's good. Stuff like that, right? So you got both sides of the coin. So that's an equal and neutral podcast. Because I, for one, am not going to express my opinion and agree with them. I'm just going to say, yeah. I'm going to nod and, So just appreciate what they're saying. Just like you're having a conversation with someone, you sit there and go, yeah, man, I understand. Yeah. That type of stuff. Because the entire podcast episode is going to be based off of is that we're not going to say anything to discriminate these people. We're not going to say anything whatsoever to discriminate anyone who hates the boycott group or dislikes the boycott group. We're not going to take pokes at any of those kind of people. We're not going to attack anybody, is what this is all about. This is a very, very civilized conversation with these people. We're not going to give them shit, which I think is really unfair for someone to express their opinion for fan base material. It really isn't fair. I mean, even though I'm on one of the sides of I kind of agree that I really thought that the content for the sequel coming out should be for an update. I mean, I would pay for the update stuff, don't get me wrong, if it was an update. That isn't the issue. Money is not the issue, but it really does not, to me, bring up a caliber for anything. But that's our time to tell, really, because minds change or whatever, stuff happens with products. But other than that, what are your questions and concerns about this topic? It's gonna be Left 4 Dead 2. What did you guys think of it? And also, what is your question for the individuals? Now, as long as it's fair and constructed, make sure before you type out, go, oh, these guys are effing noobs, and the people that basically have no criteria, what their motives, that kind of stuff. Be very, very, be very straightforward. Be right to the point with your question, and be honest. Also, be respectful too. Because think of it as talking to your mother or something like that. You're gonna be respectful to your mother or your father when you're talking to them. That kind of thing. Even though you never quite came out of these people's wombs or you weren't a twinkle in your father's eye. Oh, this is going down the wrong road. But, anywho, post your questions down below, or if you feel uncomfortable about it, post them in my PM box. I'll check them. I usually do daily. Also, if you have a Steam name, please include that as well in the comments, so that way you can address yourself as your Steam name or your YouTube name. It doesn't matter. Just say in the comment really briefly this name or that name or whatever. So that way, or you can just say, you can call yourself Richard or something, you know, or Derek or Sandra, something like that, random, a random name. You can, well, that's based off your name. So that way, if you want to be anonymous for it, in the same sense, you want to have a voice for it. Because it's, either way, this is a very balanced question seminar. And it's going to be the first for the Left 4 Dead boycott group. I think it's pretty cool and interesting how it's developing. It's like I'm sitting back watching it, and it's just a really interesting, it's actually caught my eye. It's based off something that, you know, I'm interested in. With the modding of the Left 4 Dead first for the PC, I am really into that type of concept with Left 4 Dead, because of the whole running around zombies killing you, and it's kind of like that Smash TV feel to it. That's one of the reasons why I really like the game. I mean, Smash TV was really freaking generic too, but everyone still played the crap out of that in the arcades. I mean, but other than that, post your comments down below. Now, people say, well, you're biased if you say you're going to be neutral in the podcast. To answer that really quickly, yes, I'm going to be neutral with it, with everything they say, because it's going to be fair, you know. I can't be like agreeing with the guys, because that just makes it one-sided, you know, and that isn't what the whole point is. The whole point is to let them speak. The small majority of it's just going to let them speak. We're going to give them a couple questions, and it's just going to be very simple. So, again, any questions or opinions down below? Make yourself famous. Who knows? But post down below, and see ya when you get there.